What up, though? Yeah, the last time I made a video, I was talking about spiritual strength, how you push through resistance and it makes you stronger. I talked about how it was a parallel to physical strength. You know, like when we want to get physically stronger, we have to lift weights or do push-ups. In other words, we push against resistance. We push against that weight. And the more consistently we do it, the stronger we get. The more we push against resistance, the stronger we get. And we see that physically, and it's the same spiritually. So when you pray for strength, that means resistance coming. You might be at low levels and then continue up, but you push against resistance. And that's how you get stronger spiritually. So when you're praying for strength, you're actually praying to get some resistance. You're asking for a resistance program from God, just like a physical trainer gives you a physical strength program. But I also wanted to point out in this video, this is like a part 2 of it, I've seen people who have succeeded, like pushed through something, and let's say they didn't want to get mad at somebody, and that person that usually they get mad at when the person acts a particular way, they didn't get mad at them, didn't respond, but inside they wanted to, they felt like they wanted to kill them, but they still didn't do nothing, and then they'll come home and they'll feel guilty, like, I didn't say nothing, but I felt bad because I wanted to do this and I wanted to cuss them out. I didn't, but I felt like it. And they'll feel bad about the feelings that were going on in their heart. And I want to explain to you, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, you want to get to a level where you don't even have that, where it's easy. But once again, it's the equivalent to if you were lifting weights. Let's say if you were lifting weights, sometime in weightlifting, we have what we call a max day, where we see how much we can lift. And when you're pushing that weight up, you're like, and you thinking like, oh, I can't get it. No, I'm gonna push, and then you make it. You like, I did it. And after you do that, you got that weight going that you were trying to get that day. You like, wow. You don't go. What you do? You usually celebrate. Yeah, I got it. But would it make sense to be like, man, I got it, but I almost quit 10 times. I almost quit. So and feel bad. No, I've never seen nobody do that. I've seen them like, yeah, it was a lot. I was pushing against a lot of stuff and I made it. I lifted the weight. And I think that's how you should celebrate when you're dealing with that same situation with a person or any other situation you're struggling with that you usually cave into, but you say, no, I'm going to push through it and I'm going to lift this weight. So when that person that you usually get angry at, you don't get angry at them, celebrate that. It's the same as a person pushing through all that weight. So even though you almost did, you didn't. So I'm going to leave you with that. Celebrate that when you have those victories. It's going to get easier. Love y'all. God bless.